Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. And last week was a little crazy, had some stuff come up and all that stuff. So unfortunately, there was no output from me, and I'm a little disappointed like that because I do enjoy doing the videos for you. But I'm back, and believe it or not, we're going to start taking a look at some of the last figures, actually the last figures according to Amazon, that are going to be released for the year 2023. And we're starting off with Transformers Studio Series 86 Core Class Frenzy, or as they say on the box, Red. So, not going to get into the whole Frenzy Rumble debate, who is who, but this is the Studio Series 86. So in the movie, the red guy was Frenzy, the blue guy was Rumble, like in the show. So there's that. Now, as I said, I got this figure from Amazon. I do believe it's out of stock right now, but it is shipping from retailers like Hasbro Pulse, possibly Entertainment Earth, and Big Bad Toy Store. Excuse me. This is a straight up repaint of Rumble. So let's just go ahead and bring in. These are the accessories, same accessories, the pile drivers and the blasters. One thing I do want to mention is I do remember, although it really wasn't clearly explained in the show, that Rumble, his powers were like the earthquakes. Frenzy, when he would use his pile drivers, it was creating sonic waves. Now, in terms of the animation, it did show that it was manifested as earthquakes, but I think it was to generate sonic waves and stuff like that. So there was a difference in their various abilities. It's just that in the show, I don't think it was clearly shown. Now, here we have the two cassettes. As you can see, we have the different paint jobs. This is all animation accurate, not toy accurate. So that's why you have a lavender and a very light lavender blue there on Rumble, and you have the black and red for Frenzy, which is really closer to the toy. Um, and I don't think it's ever really been said, but I'll bet you anything like the original microcassettes, the design on this side, um, this was actually based on actual microcassettes you could probably get in Japan, like depending on the brand or whatever. There's like a particular brand. But we'll stick those off to the back for a second. Because the other thing I wanted to show you, as we've all heard by now, is that um, Hasbro is going back to the window box plastic type of packaging. I think retailers got very frustrated with the missing heads, the missing parts. I mean, I just experienced that the other day in Target when I was going to buy the Beast Weaponizer, I'm sorry, Beast Armor Optimus Prime, the one that comes with like a Leo Prime homage, and some kid took the head off of the lion. But I wanted to show you the tray inserts. Now on the left here, we have Rumble. And as you can see, instead of using plastic ties for the accessories, it was just used for Rumble there in the middle. And you do have some ties here in the corner that I didn't think were that necessary to secure the blasters. But the pile drivers are definitely secured by these cardboard pop-outs. Now, on Frenzies, this is very interesting because first, as you can see, everything was secured by plastic ties. I was able to slip the figure out in this regard. But if you notice, they have the cutout, the inserts for the pile drivers are still cut out. They just have not been popped. So if I wanted to, I could use those to secure the pile drivers in the packaging. They were not cut out here in the corner for the blasters. Now, do I think that there's some version of Frenzy out there that has Rumble's packaging with all the cutouts and everything secured like that? Maybe. Do I think there's a version of the packaging that will have, like we have here, with the cutouts for the blasters? cut but not popped out? Maybe. Do I think if those start showing up, that might cause a demand for the value and an increase in value on those packaging variants? Definitely, because that kind of thing does happen. So just keep an eye out how if you buy Frenzy in stores, how it's packaged. So just a little something I like to point out as we're starting to transition back to what we would consider the classic packaging. Now, you know what? Normally I was going to cut away just, to show the robot mode, but you figure the transformation is just so simple. I mean, we've gone over it before. Bring the arms down, straighten it out, uh, just like that. Flip out the feet. It's funny. I actually think I find these to be a little bit easier to do than the Siege cassettes, even though they're roughly the same size. These guys do fit in that Siege Soundwave, which we'll talk about a little bit in the end. Flip up the head, rotate it around. There's Frenzy. You know what he is. You know what to expect. And real quick, we'll do Rumble, even though we've done Rumble already, you know, a while ago, actually. I think, wasn't he the wave mate for Spike in the exosuit? I don't remember. But here we go. Boom, boom. Same transformation. And there you go. So in robot mode, you basically had the details already shown in the cassette mode, but now it's just spread out for the robot mode. Same heads, same paint details, same molding on the joints. Joints are the same, articulation is the same. Personally, yeah, I do tend to prefer these versions of the cassettes over the Siege ones, just because they come with more accessories, which I think kind of help with the price in terms of selling them separately. Because remember those original ones, they at least I believe it was Frenzy was, well, at the time they called him Rumble, but it was a 2-pack with like Ravage or something, or I don't remember. And then the blue one was in a gift set, but you know they didn't come with the accessories. So it's, turn around, nothing really new. I mean, just you see now the open parts of the joints, but there's really not a lot of different ways to do micro cassettes. I mean, at this size. So, we'll get Rumble out of the way, you know, with Frenzy here. The blasters can still peg in the back. I don't know if I mentioned this with Rumble, but it appears that the guns are made of that soapy plastic that we've been seeing lately, possibly also with the feet, giving it that pearlescent look. But remember, you can peg the guns in the arms, so there's that. Uh, just, but I'm going to use the pile drivers, so we'll just bring the arms up. Remember, you want the armpit joint facing forward, just like that. Slide them on. And then, of course, you just uh, position them how you see fit. I think if I remember, it was like, something like this. Although I kind of remember it being bent forward like this and the heads up. That was like in the cartoon. But I think you gotta maybe do it like that. You know, however you see fit, however it'll fit on your shelf. But yep, that looks nice. So I think we will pause now. So I'll come back with my final thoughts. Really, not much more I can say about Frenzy. It's Rumble in red and black. Um, it was not as heavily featured in the cartoon, but it was a character who was there. They did, give it some screen time. I mean, obviously, if you're looking for the main Soundwave cassettes. It was Laserbeak, Ravage, and Frenzy. Those were the three ones from the cartoon, the both seasons. And then later on, Laserbeak, I think, was swapped out for Rat-Bat. Um, but speaking of Soundwave, I mean, there's always been these rumors uh, that since the Walmart Soundwave, which is that Siege retool, is going to be tied up for a while, that we might get a new Studio Series 86 Soundwave done at the leader class price point. Now, here's my thinking. We got Rumble, we got Frenzy. If Laserbeak and and Ravage are released separately, like these guys were, my gut in the Studio Series 86 line, um, my gut kind of tells me a new mold Soundwave isn't coming, and that they're meant to go with that Walmart Soundwave, who I'm sure will be re-released eventually if we don't get a new mold. Just we have to wait for the exclusivity to wear out, expire. If we don't see Ravage and Laserbeak, especially with next year being the 40th anniversary, I think they're being held back to give us to go with Soundwave, push up that price point to a leader class, which I think would be kind of cool because why I really do like that Walmart Soundwave, I think with the Siege uh, greeble on it, the extra, the residual parts and what have you, it's nice, but it doesn't fit the Studio Series 86 aesthetic. So, and then definitely one thing I would like to see, like they did on the Masterpiece, is a way to store the guns and the pile drivers on Soundwave for when he's carrying around the cassettes. That was something kind of cool that you could have all the accessories for the most part in one piece. Because don't forget, Masterpiece Laserbeak, Masterpiece Ravage had their weapons built in, um, which I hope is done again if we get Studio Series 86 versions. Uh, but with that being said, that's just speculation. I don't know. Whether or not to buy Frenzy is up to you. If you're really into the cassettes, definitely pick them up. I don't display them just because they don't display them without Soundwave. So what's the point? And something else to keep in mind is I know Rumble was kind of hard to find. I don't know about Frenzy because again, this is one of the last figures that's going to be released for 2023. So who knows how many stores are stocking that wave. So, if you see it, I would pick it up and I wouldn't wait for a sale just because you might miss out. But that's about it for the review. If you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe. While I will always appreciate the views, the likes, comments, and subscriptions, help to communicate to YouTube through their algorithms that my channel should be exalted and held upon high. I do have a Patreon. It is www.patreon.com/ChuckDog1999. All I ask for is $1 a month and $12 a year. No thrills, no tears, no special rewards. You know the spiel. And we're getting a visit. Speaking of Ravage, we're getting a visit from her firstie, Delilah Bijou. Oh, it was a brief appearance, but brief appearances are still better than none. But, if you can't swing the Patreon, it's fine. I know we're getting closer to the holidays, so money might be a little tight. Your views are more than thanks enough. And I really want to welcome all the new subscribers. I mean, I know I didn't put anything up last week, but we're actually really getting close to 5,000 subscribers. If I get another 100 before Christmas, I think that would be great. And really, I'd be appreciative of that. So get the word out, share the videos. We have a good time here, I'd like to think. But That's about it for the review. Once again, this is your old pal Chuck for Frenzy. We will see you next time.